Aquí, con un par. No sé, depende de lo mal que salga, pues a lo mejor no lo subo. Pero estaría muy bien saber qué opináis. El jueves tenemos un... ¿Qué pintas tengo, eh? Tenemos un examen oral de inglés y la cosa es que cada persona... Hola, Ori. Cada persona de la clase tiene que decir algo sobre una zona de Bilbao. Sobre... Es que me entretiene este gato. Sobre diferentes edificios, diferentes plazas, etcétera. Y a mí me tocó... Esto es increíble. O sea, lo de este gato... Y a mí me tocó la Arriaga. ¿Veis un rabo por ahí? Nos dio varias opciones y yo elegí a la de ya, el Arriaga, porque me gusta mucho. Entonces, bueno, pues eso, elegí el Arriaga, me he vuelto un tanto loquita buscando información, he querido buscar muchas informaciones, o sea, muchas curiosidades. Sí, mi neurona hace... Y bueno, pues me ha salido lo que me ha salido. Me han ayudado unos amigos para pasarlo al inglés porque mi cabeza hacía... Y entonces ya no daba de sí. Y bueno, pues eso. El caso es que este es el texto que me ha quedado y tengo que aprendérmelo de memoria. Acabaré haciendo una criba del copón porque sobre todo no sé por qué razón los años no me salen a la primera vega. Es como que es algo básico, 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 pero no me salen. Así que nada, voy a proceder a leer y si veo que está tan mal como para no subirlo, pues no lo subo. Pero si veo que es pasable, hay gente que lo hace peor y eso, pues igual lo subo y me decís, pues podrías arreglar esto, pero por lo general está bien. O está como una patata, aunque tú te creas que no. O bueno, el caso es que voy a empezar. Lo siento. Si a la segunda frase veis que os rechinan los oídos, quitarlo, porque va a sonar igual todo el rato. Empezamos. This is the Arriaga Theater. Its architect was Joaquin Rucova. Rucova built the Arriaga Theater and the Bilbao City Hall too. He was architect, teacher, and at the same time he developed both jobs. He was a teacher, a library owner, artist painter, and he had a deep religious faith. Once he defined himself as a dog walker of science, art, and work. He liked very much the eclectic style. He was the first one to innovate it. But let's start talking about the theatres of Bilbao's world. Theatre was always admired by the local citizens. The courtyards of the old town hall was first used as comedy theatre. The first theatre was inaugurated on the 4th of November 1799 in Ronde Street. Its architect was Alberto de Miranda. 17 years later, in 1816, the theatre burned down. Citizens of Bilbao requested another theatre. They were for 5 years without a theatre, but they used a mansion in Iturribide 44th Street as a theatre. In 1817, they built a brick theatre without foundation, where the current theatre is now, with the condition that the water was demolished 8 years after. But it was not demolished. The theatre disappeared in April 1827. The halls of the Café Suisse in La Plaza Nueva were then used as a theatre. In 1833, a new theatre was inaugurated in the line of Arena Bridge, opposite the church of St. Nicholas, called Home Theatre. The architect who built it were escondrillas and Díaz. This theater was neoclassical style. And finally came the Arriaga. What can we say of the Arriaga theater? If we search information and headlines, people always say things like, the Arriaga theater is great. It has a spectacular electric lighting instead of house lighting. Revolutionary phone auditions. The play could be heard through the phone from home. This is called opera home service. The Arriaga theater has this name in honor to a musician from Bilbao called John Chrysostom Arriaga. He is known as the Spanish Mozart, due to his talent. At the age of 13, he composed his first opera, and he died of tuberculosis before the age of 20. Poor guy. People paid 15 pesetas by performance, 10 pesetas if they bought a 20 performance pack. In 1885, Rucova began to build the Arriaga Theatre, and it was inaugurated on the 31st of May in 1890 with La Gioconda, opera of Ponchielli. The theatre offered the option of listening to the opera on the phone. As an anecdote, once there was a false alarm of a woman screaming, "Fire!" Nobody knows why she did it, but the panic caused 46 deaths and a lot of wounded people. Rucova was very concerned about the use of flame retardants because of the previous experience. Despite the care, theatre burned on 22nd of December in 1914. The theatre was completely destroyed due to a fire in less than 2 hours. In 1915, after the fire, Federico Ugalde made some changes. Greek and Roman architecture. He placed a cafe on the floor of the auditorium. The theatre returned on the 5th of June in 1919 with the opera Don Carlo. In 1980 began the reparation and restoration. The 33rd of August in 1983, torrential rains caused flood in Bilbao, water flooded the second floor of Arriaga, and it caused big damages. But I need to tell you that because of the flood in Bilbao, I'm here because my parents made me that day. The restoration continues, evacuating the down-low shops devastated by the flood and changing part of the interior of the theatre with a two-handed imperial staircase and reorganizing the main lobby. Finally, the presentation was held on the 5th of December in 1986. The current reconstruction was made by Federico Ugalde. Today, the Arriaga has got theatre and music of the city performance all season. Now, I will tell you some curiosities. 1. The Liceo of Barcelona copied the idea of telephone hearings. The results were always positive. 2. The theatre was round-shaped in order to cause flow between the building and nearby buildings, because the fecal waters were thrown through the window and the smell was very, very bad. 3. The theatre was well built with stones that looks like marble. 4. The sculptures on the facade of the Arriaga are not sculpted. These are made from a mold. They were made of cement and embellished with limestone rock. 5. The caryatids adorn the front of the building. There is a caryatid in the Museum of Fine Art, which is an identical copy but dressed in a Bando Ibarra walk. I need to talk to you about this caryatid is my favorite sculptor in Bilbao. And the first day I saw her, I think, why is she with a dress? I think that girl looks like she doesn't need a dress. So when I know that there is another without dress, I think, And the other one is on the Museum of Fine Art. 6. The ground floor was commercial before the flood, cafes, restaurants, and trader union or stock market. 7. In Arriaga there are 2,500 square meters covered in gold leaf. In some areas it's 23 karat gold. Restoration of 90% of Arriaga. 8. The Arriaga Theatre was previously higher. It had a dome in the middle and at the peak of the dome had a statue. 9. The busts belong to composers. 10. Every August, Marijaia waits from her balcony to start our great week called Astenagusia. I hope the visit has been nice to you. Y ahora me voy a mirar y os diré si... Bueno, no os diré, porque si no lo subo no os vais a enterar. Pero vamos, miraré a ver si está decente, no se puede, se oye o no se oye y demás cositas. Como me guste, me vais a oír hablando en inglés muy mal. Pero bueno, ¿qué lo vamos a hacer? Es lo que hay. Y el tipo de trabajo que quiero requiere que use mucho inglés. Así que o me pongo las pilas o me pongo las pilas. Espero que la próxima vez que vaya a la escuela de idiomas me acepten y pueda ir haciendo cursito, todo lo que haga falta de inglés. Porque por esos ovarios que no funcionan bien que tengo, por esos, yo me voy a sacar absolutamente todo en inglés. Por cierto, ¿a qué os mola mi cuadro de señorita invertida? Mola mil. Soy yo. Agur.